This is from an old Singer sewing machine. It's an antique model. I think it holds up the machine. You know how like tabletop machines, the sewing machine flips down, and then you lift it up onto the table. You put a compartment, and there's this little pin that holds the sewing machine up on the table. So there are two of these. One of them is busted. So what I'm going to do is cast this. I'm going to use copper. I've cut up some copper into little pieces. What I'm going to do is melt this, make a form of this one, the good one, and hopefully we'll get the sewing machine working. So it was my first YouTube video. I did some sand casting, and it being a DIY channel, I made my own casting sand. It was made of basically play sand and some clay, which I got from cat litter. It worked. The two downsides of this is it dries up, so you're going to have to moisten it to the right consistency every time you're going to use it. And secondly, the sand is not as fine as I would like. I would like it. You could see the small granules in the casting. It's not a smooth finish. So yeah, so I don't know. I'll keep this, put it aside. When I went out and I purchased some Delft sand. This is a Petrobond casting sand. I got it from Princess Auto. It's basically the Canadian equivalent of Harbor Freight, I guess, or something like that. It's oil-based, very fine. You'll see that the texture is very fine. Doesn't dry up. This is about 11 pounds, 5 kilos. Paid $100 for it. So, better work. So I'll be using this. This is a homemade mold. The top part's called the cove or the drag, or the bottom part's called the cove or drag. I'll put up the correct names up here. Anyways, I'll be using this. What we'll do is fill it up. Anyways, let me show you. Roll up the sleeves. What you want to do is pack in the sand. This is the bottom portion. You don't want it too tight. You don't want it too compact, but you want it compact enough. As you're moving, you pack it in. Just going to be using a hammer. I'm going to tap it down, not too hard. It's more important to break it up on the top portion. I'll show you now. It's got a straight edge here. Regular baby powder, you can use talc. I've seen actually people use flour. Basically what you want to do is create a barrier so that the top portion, using this, or the part that you are casting doesn't stick to the sand. So now we want to, I'm going to be pouring the molten metal through here. So I'm thinking this part's rounded. If I pour it down, I want to angle it so it's going to be standing up. I'm thinking if I pour it like that, so I'll just put it in halfway, push it down halfway. I'm going to create a channel actually now. Just got a metal rod here. So I'm just going to push that down halfway. Top portion goes on. So you don't want any lumps around the portion you're casting against your mold, against your original piece. So I'm just breaking up the sand, just packing it around it. Okay. We'll fix that in a sec. Okay. All right. So let's lift it up. See what we've got. So there's the mold. There's the upper half. Here's the lower half. Okay. So let's give it a slight tap. Spread it with tweezers. Carefully. You don't want to disturb it. Last step. Just got some wire here, very thin. This is 20 gauge wire. I'm just going to pop a hole. A couple of them. Just steam. It's an escape for the steam. That's that. Put this together. I have them marked. This is one. This is one. There we go. Put that like that. So start heating this up. Okay, let's see what we got. Et voila. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Looks good. What I want to do is scoop away burnt sand. And we reuse the rest. Scorched earth. We're getting rid of the scorched earth. The rest is good. Let's get rid of this. Let's take this out. Look at that. It's just, hold on, let me get a light on this. Just magnificent. The next project. So this gets put away. This will last for years. Let me cool it down. So we're going to sand this down. We'll file it down. We need to be a little bit more aggressive in there. And then there's a little ledge which I don't see. I'm going to use a file here. Which is better. Okay. So, let's put it in there. Is it a 9/64? Nope. It's a 1/8 hole. So, put it here. So, anyways. The sewing machine that this piece, this arm rocker arm, is going on is an antique sewing machine, or it's from the 50s. Is it an antique from the 50s? I don't know. Fact of the matter is that you can't find it anymore on the market. I mean, there's no way you'll find that. So I did have to create a new one, and I'll be honest, it turned out perfect. Like, it's almost an exact match, and my casting capabilities has improved hand over fist from my first YouTube video, which was a casting video. Um, I'm much better now. So, a lot of, practice, 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 you get better. Anyways, thanks for joining. Until next time, be safe. Bye.